What's up everyone, Darcblade here bringing you the next episode in my series of guides to the Death March difficulty Witcher contracts in the Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. In this episode we're going to be taking a look at the Witcher contract, the Merry Widow. Found in Lindenvale, this Witcher contract is relatively simple when compared to some of the other ones we've taken. Anyway, once you've picked up the contract from the notice board, head over to the guy who wrote the contract. This is a miller of the local village.
Hear about the job. Seems you got a problem. Some graves get dug up.
If that were only it. Every now and then, a vile beast would come round the graveyard, devour what's fresh, then move on. Started again not long past. Thought to myself, just don't step out after dark and lock your door tight. But then a young'un went missing.
From the graveyard?
Nay, from the village. Little snotter wouldn't have come here of his own. And I'd heard something like a whimper in the night.
Didn't bother to come out, see what was happening?
Think me daft? If you've monsters, you need a witcher.
Let's talk about my reward.
Again, remember you can haggle for your reward, but don't be too greedy or you'll annoy the person issuing the contract.
Just the tiniest bit, dear. But we'll settle soon, I can see that. Haggling's as much an art as there are lots of other arts. Rate's fair, considering the job. I know a bit about these things.
See if I can learn what's out there.
So once a contract price has been agreed on, it's time to head on over to the Lindenvale Cemetery. Here you'll find some wild dogs. These are not difficult at all and can be easily dispatched. If you didn't want to buff against beasts, then don't forget to use beast oil if you have it at this point in the game. The only tough aspect when it comes to dogs is they're like wolves and they fight in a pack. And if you're not used to the mechanics, as this is an early Witcher contract, they can overwhelm you. Once all the enemies are dead, it's time to use your Witcher senses and explore the graveyard.
Ghouls dug up the graves. Then the stench of decay attracted wild dogs. But neither ghouls nor dogs steal kids. Dug up. No tools used though. Dug up with a hoe? Nope. Claw marks right there. Dug up. No tools used though. Grave's been dug up recently. Smell of cadaverine's old though. Overripe. Wonder where the stench will lead me.
Now Geralt has picked up a scent, it's time to follow this. Follow it out of the graveyard, through the woods, down the hill, across the ruined stone bridge, and wind your way along a pathway until you come across this old cottage. Be careful of wildlife in this area, there are sometimes wolves and bears around. Anyway, keep on following the scent until you come across this old cottage. If I remember correctly, if you actually fail to do these jumps, then you do have to fight a bear. Bears are not too tough in The Witcher 3, although they take a long time to bring down. Anyway, keep on following the scent until you reach the cottage. This cottage is also known as Morntart's Hut, which is the name of the creature. Once you're at the door, use Ard to knock down the door and explore the cottage with your Witcher senses.
Whatever filth lives here sure chose an unusual place for its lair. Creature can use tools. Means it's sapient, or just plain clever. Somebody's doing some cooking. This, it's a human femur. A child's. Human skulls in a magic circle. Monsters clearly using them, drawing strength from the place of power. Gotta be a grave hag. Collected the skulls to draw the power through them. Confidence grew enough it started prowling the village. Need to take the skulls, force it to go back to the cemetery. Oh, God, ought to really piss it off. Now to lay low in the cemetery. It's likely to crawl out after dark.
As Geralt said, the skulls are key to luring the creature out, so pick them up, loot them from the skull pile, and head back towards the cemetery. Once ready, place the skulls down and a cutscene will occur. I got to say though, that remember to put on necrophage oil before you put the skulls down.
Skulls he stole. My skulls. Ought to dig up his own.
There she is. Right on cue.
As you can see, I still thought I had time to put on the necrophage oil, but unfortunately I was too late. Now Morntart is a grave hag. She functions very similar to them, although a bit stronger than the normal ones you would face. Now as you can see, something strange occurred here. I was slightly over leveled for this quest, putting it in the green for me. I was also focusing heavily on sign intensity. As a result, I was able to knock over Morntart and finish her off with an execution move. I got lucky here. You may not be as lucky, but even if you don't knock her down, she is fairly simple as she functions exactly like a normal grave hag. Anyway, once she's dead, loot her, get her trophy, and head back to the quest giver.
Hear about the job.
And?
It's taken care of. It was a grave hag that dug up the graves and snatched the child.
Aye. So, how is the little tyke?
Found him in the grave hag's lair. In her cauldron, to be precise. Want me to go on?
Might not even said that much.
What about my reward?
Oh, I've not forgotten, nay. Here you go. Thanks much for your help.
Take care.
Overall, this quest was okay. It was quite interesting, as I did like the dark undertone of it, of the grave hag preying on the village, digging up the cemetery, and even abducting children. Although the fight itself was a little underwhelming. Anyway, I hope this little guide helped, and until next time, I've been Darcblade, bringing you my guide to the Death March difficulty, Witcher Contract, The Merry Widow, in the Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Hope you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching, subscribe and like for more.